Hey, what's happening, all you cool cats and kittens? My name is French Martin, and today we're going to be taking some selfies. And as you know, some selfies can be good or bad, but overall, that doesn't necessarily matter because do you know your own self? That's the question. Today, I'm going to be talking about some main components of self, and we'll show you how to use those components to perceive yourself, but also how to perceive others. And then in the end, I'll hopefully give you a better understanding of yourself and others. We'll also try and teach you to not always please others. So the self is comprised of three main components: self awareness, self concept, and self esteem. And for the first one, self awareness, that's pretty much just saying, like, who am I or what am I as a person? Like, what do I live for? What do I strive for? And an example of that could be like today with the recent COVID virus, how people aren't really being self aware. They're not being smart with some of the choices that they're making. And they just don't, they don't listen. They don't want to be self aware and try and save and help others. The next is self concept, and that is pretty much a overall perception of yourself based of beliefs, values, and attitudes. And beliefs are pretty much truths that you grow up with, learning from pretty much when you're born from your family and stuff. And values are rules that we live by that we learn from a young age. And attitudes is just like good or bad things, like what we like and like what we don't like. And this is self concept is affected by a looking glass self, and that's pretty much how other people view you and how they see you and how you look through that for maybe guidance or helpfulness. And then the last one is self esteem. It's an overall value, whether it's positive or negative, that we assign to us. And an example of this is some people have good self esteem, some people have bad self esteem, and it's hard to determine like which one you are because you got to know your own self. And then next, this all leads us to the self discrepancy theory, which theorizes that self esteem is determined by comparing your perception of yourself to your ought self or your ideal self. And ought self is like kind of who you want to be, what you strive to be, but it might not be like exactly what you are, which is ideal self. And that pretty much just shows exactly like what you are, who you are, what you do. And there are also things called sources of self, and these come from like gender and the media. This gives you a perception of like who you want to be as a person, like physically wise. And then you also learn the sources of self from family and friends. You learn it from maybe family as a younger age, like what you want to grow up to do, or you learn from friends, like you try and base off your friends, like what do they do. And then also included is attachment anxiety or avoidance. And attachment anxiety is like the degree to which someone fears rejection from a partner. And to be honest, sometimes I feel this way because no one really likes rejection. Everyone always wants to be loved and accepted. And then attachment avoidance is a degree to which someone desires close, like interpersonal ties. So they want to get out there, they want to talk to everyone, they want to get to know people, they don't care if they get rejected or if they don't feel like something's right. And then this overall relates to the relational self, and this includes like a mask. A mask is some, it's not an actual mask, but it's someone who you, it's talking about yourself, but it's not someone who you are. It's not exactly who you want to be. You're kind of just hiding your face like to the public and just trying to be someone that you're not. And then this also includes saving face, trying to avoid embarrassment, avoid shame and credibility. And in conclusion, I feel that the self is the most important, is probably your most important thing in life. It's the thing you care about most. It's what you strive to be better or worse, depending on how you feel. But in the end, I feel that if you just focus on yourself and try and better yourself and not worry about others or what they care about, then in the end, you overall win.